What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and it is time for a top 10 list. It is that time of the year. We are closing in on 2016. 2015 is about to end in a day, and I gotta give you my top 10 films of 2015. I just saw my last film of this year recently. It was The Hateful Eight, and after watching that, I can finally give you this list. My year pretty much ends after I've seen my last film. It always does for me. But anyways, without further ado, let's give you this list. So we're going to start off with number 10, and that would be Jurassic World, directed by Colin Trevorrow. Jurassic World was so much fun. I saw it twice in IMAX 3D, and I think that Colin Trevorrow did such a great job bringing in the nostalgic energy that we loved about the very first one while introducing a lot of new and exciting elements. Chris Pratt was such a great addition and a great change to the cast. I really loved this character, and I loved everything else that they added to this film. It just made me feel like a kid again. So Jurassic World is number 10. Number 9 is American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood. Now, American Sniper had a limited release in 2014, but its wide release was in 2015, so I consider it a 2015 film, and it was the very first film that I saw in 2015. And after I saw it, I was like, wow, this is the best movie I've seen all year. Well, all year, that would be the first couple of weeks of January, but still, it was such a really great piece of American storytelling. You know, this is an important story for America because it is about this national hero, and you see all the struggles that he goes through. Clint Eastwood puts on a great job with the direction, but Bradley Cooper puts on one of the best performances of his career. So it's definitely got to end up in my top 10 list. It is number 9. Number 8 is The Hateful Eight, directed by Quentin Tarantino. This was a great film. I can't say anything bad about it, really. I think that it is a film that, just like a lot of his films, they engage you from beginning to end. It doesn't matter how long this film goes for, even though it's the longest film in his roster or in his credits of films, clocking in at over 3 hours with the 70mm version. I was engaged from beginning to end, and I wanted the film to continue going for longer. That tells you that this is a good movie when you don't want it to end, all right? So Hateful Eight is number 8. Number 7 is AntMan. I thought that AntMan was a huge surprise. AntMan gave me the same type of surprised feeling as Guardians of the Galaxy because it was something new. It introduced a new character, or rather new characters, and they were totally crowd-pleasing. I love the humor in it. I love the action in it. I love the visual storytelling that they gave us, and they gave us something very, very fresh and new. And Paul Rudd is an excellent addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So AntMan is number 7. Number 6 is Ex Machina, and this is a film that really blew me away with just nothing but thrills, suspense, and dialogue, and pure acting. Domhnall Gleeson, along with Oscar Isaac, talking to each other in their intense conversations. I can watch them talk for hours and be completely engaged just because they hold some really great chemistry. It's just the two of them, really, and and of course there's Alicia Vikander, but when those two talk, it is intense. All right, it is like they're getting into each other's minds, and you really see where they're going with their conversation, and it's like watching these two men have a battle of wits with each other. One's trying to be passive, the other one's being completely aggressive, and like I said, this film was built entirely on acting. Great acting. All right, so that's number 6. Number 5 is Creed. Now, this is a bit of a surprise hit for me because I wanted to watch it. The trailer looked good, but I didn't expect it to be that good. Man, the son of Apollo Creed really does a fine job in holding and keeping that name, maintaining the Creed name, because Michael Jordan completely puts his A game there, and I hope that he's nominated for an Oscar for his role as Creed because he did an excellent job. Number 4, The Martian, directed by Ridley Scott. A really crowd-pleasing film. I like Ridley Scott's work. I'm a huge fan of his work, and I thought that his return back to sci-fi was completely excellent. Matt Damon was a lot of fun to watch. He really drove the film, and of course, everybody on Earth was also a lot of fun to watch. I love that Ridley Scott really kept a humorous tone to this film, because otherwise it'd just be, it'd be serious all the time. And while it is very intense, and we're rooting for his survival, at the same time we want to see a little bit of how quirky this situation is, and Ridley Scott really gives that to us, and it really sets the tone for how fun this film is. So The Martian is number 4. Number 3, Straight Outta Compton. Oh man, this film is just full of great moments, great acting, great music, great dialogue, a great cast that really embodies the true life characters that they represent, the true life people that they represent. Man, I think that Jason Mitchell, who plays Eazy-E, he should get nominated for an Oscar. And I think that this is a film where this is one of this is a musical biopic that really shines. It really tells an important story for America, because this is what these people went through. I mean, it's not just about people, but a time, a dark age in America. So it's a great film, great storytelling. Number 2 is Mad Max Fury Road. Mad Max Fury Road, directed by George Miller, is a film that maintained the number 1 spot on this list for a very, very long time. And it is a film that feels like this is traditional storytelling in its finest. In essence, this is really raw, action-driven storytelling, because a lot of it's done so real, with real cars, little to no CG, and the CG is the type of CG that is there, and you don't notice it. That's the best type of CG there is. There's actually a lot of CG, but we don't notice it. All right, it enhances the story, but it doesn't use it as a gimmick to try to sell us on something. All right, it doesn't try to sell us on car stunts. All right, it's there to just make the scene more grand and more enhanced and more, just a bit more beautiful. All right, even more scary. But it does in no way fake any of the stunts. The stunts are real, and that is why it was such a grueling shoot, and it shows when they're out in the desert, when they're beating each other up, when they're crashing these cars. It shows you that making this film was a tough task, and George Miller really nailed it. All right, so Mad Max Fury Road is number 2, and I said before that it maintained the number 1 spot for a very long time, until December, when Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens comes out. Number 1 is Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens, directed by J.J. Abrams, because he completely nails it. That's all I gotta say. He mixes the old with the new, and he does it in such a way which is completely seamless. You see a lot of the old elements that we love, and he introduces a lot of new elements that we now love. And it completely works, and it's on its way to being possibly the highest grossing film of all time globally, and I think it's well deserved. So J.J. Abrams did an excellent job. I would put The Force Awakens right behind Empire Strikes Back. I think it is that good, and it's a film that I want to watch again and again and again. Anyways, I'm going to give you the list again. Number 10, Jurassic World. Number 9, American Sniper. Number 8, The Hateful Eight. Number 7, AntMan. Number 6, Ex Machina. Number 5, Creed. Number 4, The Martian. Number 3, Straight Outta Compton. Number 2, Mad Max Fury Road. And number 1, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. And there you have it. That is my top 10 films of 2015. Why don't you let me know what are your top 10 films of 2015 on the comment section below. I gotta say something before I sign off. 2015 was a very, very unique year. In the previous years, we ended up with a lot of sequels that ended up being the top films, or at least in my list, a lot of the films that ended up on my list were a lot of sequels of comic book films. You know, there's a lot of comic book films that are in there. There's a lot of stuff that is based off of something. I'm not saying like everything I see here is entirely original, but still, as you can see, this is a very, very unique list because we have very few comic book titles in here. In fact, just one, AntMan. All right, everything else is a really, really mixed bag. All right, I think this is one of the greatest years for film, for blockbusters. I won't say film, because you know the best years in film was a long time ago. All right, but this is the best year in a long time for blockbusters. All right, first of all, this is the most profitable year for Hollywood with 11 billion in combined worldwide revenue, or box office receipts rather. That's never been done before. And to top things off, every single one of these films that I've picked on this list are very different types of films. All right, they're not all from the same genre. They're all films from all types of genres, and some of them are awesome because of acting. Some of them are awesome because of the stunts. Some of them are awesome because of what they are as a whole. You know, it's a very, very mixed bag, and I like to see this type of variety. It tells me that 2016, while I am looking forward to a lot of the films in 2016, it's the biggest year for comic book films, where we're getting 7 comic book movies in a same year, and 7 big ones too. So I am excited about it, but it's a year for comic book films, not a lot of other films. All right. So anyways, that's all I gotta say in this video. Why don't you share with me what your top 10 list for 2015 is, and there you have it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and Happy New Year. Peace. Characters in the Hateful Eight. Everybody shines. Everybody has their moments. Everybody's so well directed. Everybody